Hi everyone, welcome to the 2.3 video. Right now you should have your 2.3 notes out. And today we're going to be learning about how to find noteworthy evidence about your social issue and include that information in our notes. At this point, you should already have your social issue topic picked out, and you should have found 3 credible sources to use for your research. And now we're going to talk about what information we're looking for in those sources. So we are trying to look for good, noteworthy evidence. What does that mean? Noteworthy evidence gives you a better understanding of your topic and makes you more comfortable presenting the topic. So remember, the final product in this unit is going to be you recording a podcast about your social issue. In order to record a podcast, you are going to need to become an expert on this topic, and you're going to need a lot of evidence and data and facts to back up your opinions. Without evidence, you can't support your argument. So all of these social issues are things that people debate. They feel really strongly about these topics. There are multiple sides to the argument. And in order to take a stance and make an argument, you need to have good evidence to support your points. The more evidence you have, the more persuasive your argument will be, and the better your podcast is going to be at the end. So noteworthy evidence does 4 things. It supports the points that we're trying to make. So when you make a statement about your social issue, you're going to need facts and data to support that point. It also elaborates. Elaborates means it expands on your point. It gives you more information to better understand the point you're trying to make. It also helps you explain your points. So noteworthy evidence is what you're going to use to explain the argument you're trying to make. And it helps prove or back up the opinions and the arguments you're making in your podcast. So make sure you have these 4 things in your notes about how noteworthy evidence is helpful for us. We also want to talk about what we are not looking for. Noteworthy evidence is not the same as common knowledge. Common knowledge is information that's generally known and accepted about your topic. So it's general information that can be easily found in several sources. It's not specific, and it doesn't prove or explain your points. Some examples of what common knowledge is would be a statement like, there's a lot of police violence in this country. Okay, a lot of people accept this statement, but it's not very specific. It doesn't give any facts or data that supports this statement. Something like nuclear waste creates health risks. That's something that is general information that's easily found, it's accepted, but it's not specific, and it doesn't give us any facts or data to back up that statement. All right, so let's look at a couple examples of common knowledge and how we could turn it into a good piece of noteworthy evidence. If you know anything about sneakers or Nike, you might have heard that the shoes Nike Air Mags are very expensive. This is one of the most expensive pair of shoes you could want. This is common knowledge. It's not very specific. It doesn't give us any facts. And if we wanted to turn this statement into a piece of noteworthy evidence, we would go and find the facts to back that up. So you could say something like, the highest eBay bid of Nike Air Mags in 2011 was $37,500. The 2016 version can be purchased for $125,000, and you can start bidding at $20,000. So do you see how this information, these facts, back up the statement that these are really expensive shoes? So this is the kind of noteworthy evidence we want you to find for your notes. Let's look at another example. If we ask students today who are some of the best singers, a lot of people might say that SZA is one of the best singers today. If you were trying to convince someone of this or prove that SZA is a really exceptional singer, you would want to find some good noteworthy evidence to back this up. A piece of noteworthy evidence we could use is SZA's album SOS was #1 for 9 weeks on the Billboard 200, making it the longest charting #1 by a woman since Adele's 25, 7 years before. So something I want you to look at in this piece of noteworthy evidence is that we have a fact about SZA's album and how successful it was. So we're not just saying an opinion like she's a good singer. We're actually using a fact about how her album was at the top of the charts for 9 weeks, and that shows that she is a really talented musician. Let's look at one more example of common knowledge and how we can turn it into noteworthy evidence. So if you ask someone who's the best team in the NBA, a lot of people might respond the Golden State Warriors are the best team in the NBA. If you were trying to convince someone that this is true or show someone some data to make this noteworthy evidence, you might say the Golden State Warriors are the best team in the NBA because they've won 4 national championships in the last 10 years, and they're rated the most valuable team worth $8.8 billion. Again, we got facts and data points to back up our statement that they're a good basketball team. So this is an example of noteworthy evidence. It is now your turn to start finding noteworthy evidence on your topic and copy and pasting those good pieces of noteworthy evidence into your social issues research notes document. Your notes are going to be graded as your mid-unit summative assessment, and part of what you're going to be graded on is how noteworthy your evidence is. So again, we want to make sure we're finding statistics, data, and things that aren't just common knowledge about our topics. I want to show you this social issues notes document again, because this is what we are going to be working on for the next couple weeks. So all of you have your own social issues research notes document on Schoology. And right now I want you to open this up and start typing on this top section. I want you to go in and type your social issue. You're going to put your topic right here in this box. And then you're going to start thinking about some research questions. Like, what questions do you have about your topic? You might want to think about questions that narrow down your topic. Let's look back here. What do you want to know about your topic? How could you narrow your topic? And what questions can you ask to better understand your social issue? So some examples you might want to think about, like, what are the causes of this social issue? Have there been any proposed solutions? Are people trying to make change about this social issue? Are there any laws in place that relate to your social issue? So on your notes doc, I want you to come up with at least 3 questions, but 4 or 5 would be awesome. And then what you're going to do is go down to this first source that you found, open up that link to your website, and you're actually going to start copy and pasting facts and data from your source into this doc. So when you find a good piece of noteworthy evidence, you're going to copy and paste it right into this box. 1 fact per box. All right? So try and find like 5 to 7 facts from each of your sources, and all you're doing is copy and pasting those facts on this side. That's what you're going to be doing for 2.3. When we move on to 2.4 in our next lesson, we're going to talk about how to paraphrase those facts into our own words. But right now, you don't need to worry about this side. All right, so it's your turn to start finding good, noteworthy evidence from your sources. The 2.3 mastery check is going to be on Schoology, just like it was for 2.2. And you're going to be copy and pasting the work that you've done from your notes doc into your mastery check. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'm happy to help.